First, let me start with your own thoughts on what Alexander Afenyo Markin said about the court, the Adenta court, and then questions to the Chief Justice. What do you think?
Anyway, good morning to our listeners. It's so shameful. I mean, many people have indicated in the past that Afenyo Markin is not a good leader, and his style marks of you know effective democracy and the rule of law. And he's always ranting and trying to put himself over and above almost everybody he encounters. This is conduct actually has shown to me that indeed he's not a good lawyer and he's not going to help the NPP at all. I mean, shouting, ranting, bringing the name of the judiciary into disrepute, insulting judges, using unpalatable words, some of which I can't even repeat, like in some form and all those. I mean, I mean, Afenyo Markin is a senior lawyer. He's also a minority leader. He's aware that when it comes to issue of bail, it is at the discretion of the judge. And lawyers are trained in a way that you put your case across to appeal to the judge to understand the situation and to appeal to the judge to understand that as a lawyer, you are willing to cooperate with investigation, you are willing to cooperate with the court in order to assure the court that that particular the accused will not run away or the accused will continue to cooperate. And even in all that, the judge has a discretion to grant or not to grant. And we go to court all the time. Sometimes we make a passionate appeal, but the judge will not grant because he or she may not be satisfied about how the fact, the substance of your presentation. And sometimes they do. And your role, your duty as a lawyer is not to go to the court of public opinion and be denigrating the judiciary. If you are not satisfied, you can either escalate the matter by filing an appeal, or if you are not happy with the judge, sometimes it happens, you write a petition. There is a decorous way by our training, the ethics of our work. When we are not happy with a process or a procedure, a ruling or a judgment, what we are supposed to do, not to go out there and be shouting and insulting the judge. You are supposed to be honorable member of parliament. And so you can't even use some words in the public domain the way he did. It's a shame. Afenyo Markin is a disgrace. Few weeks ago, he did similar thing. And the Ghana Law Society condemned him in a press statement that we issued. We gave him some time to apologize, otherwise we are going to petition. And so for this very conduct, today we are petitioning the General Legal Council for his conduct. I mean, what he has done is clear contempt. And so the court by it themselves can even bring it to court or through a petition to the General Legal Council. He can also be called to come and respond to his shameful conduct. And so the Ghana Law Society has decided to take the matter to the General Legal Council. So today we are petitioning the General Legal Council against his conduct. The Ghana Bar Association has come to condemn. I don't think it is sufficient. He should be expelled from the Ghana Bar Association because this conduct cannot be tolerated. It is unprofessional and unethical for a lawyer of his kind to be speaking the way he did. So we don't condone such things, and we will ensure that the General Legal Council go into the matter and punish Afenyo Markin.
He insists, in fact, if you listen to him, he insists on his right to speak and speak the way that he has done. What rule or ethics has he breached for you to decide that his matter should be looked into by the General Legal Council?
No, my brother, yes, there's freedom of speech. And so he has a right to speech. But you also agree with me that your right to free speech is limited. You cannot be insulting. So you make statements like, I don't respect the judge. The judge did his professional job. And you go out public to say, I will not respect this judge again in some fool. And because bail was not granted, then everything that the judge did was wrong. And in a way, and he said he's waiting to see for any contempt that will come against him. And when you speak like this, you've gone beyond. Yes, there's free speech. There's right for you to speak freely. But you cannot speak to also insult others and insult and denigrate, bring to disrepute the entire judiciary because you are dissatisfied with the ruling of a judge. Because as lawyers, when we are dissatisfied with the ruling of a judge, we've been taught what to do. You can even petition the Chief Justice. Now you are calling the name of the Chief Justice all over and all over, but you have not sent a petition before the Chief Justice. Now you are not happy with the conduct of a particular judge. But when you go on radio and conduct yourself in such unprofessional manner, you expect the Chief Justice to act merely because you've gone onto media to rant and to insult and to bring the judge down and by extension the entire jury? No, we are officers of the court. We are not allowed to do this. Lawyers are not allowed to do what he did. And if what he did was right, the Ghana Bar Association that he belonged will not come out to condemn what he did. So obviously, there is something wrong. The reasonable man, even on the street, who is not a lawyer, will not condone what he did. And so we think that he should be brought to book. And that is why the Ghana Law Society is filing a petition this morning at the General Legal Council to bring him to book.
You're also talking about the fact that the court can also trigger its contempt powers.
Yeah, there are options. I mean, the Ghana Law Society is a law professional association. So we are also officers of the court in a way. Now, if the court decides to bring him directly, that is fine. But the other option is that we can also take our civil responsibilities by filing a petition against him. And that's what we are supposed to be doing. And that is what we will do. And so they can haul him to the court. We can also file a petition at the General Legal Council that oversees to all of us our conduct as lawyers. So we want to bring it to the attention of the General Legal Council to look at his behavior and then punish him if need be.
He's also suggesting that the reason he's doing this is because he's speaking in this manner is because he's convinced that there is an attempt to suppress free speech, that the criminal libel law is being brought by this administration using section 207 and 208 of Act 29. So he is forced to speak in this manner and be ready to sacrifice himself just to deal with this particular problem.
There is granted that what he's saying, without admitting that even what he's saying is true, is that a procedure as a lawyer? Is that a procedure a minority leader? Obviously, that's not a procedure. I mean, if you feel something is wrong and it's emanating from the court, you can take legal steps to correct it. I mean, who in this Afenyo Markin has forgotten what he did in the past? When within 24 hours he was able to marshal a whole Supreme Court judges to sit on a matter, when on that particular day they don't even sit. He has forgotten about all these things and ranting around as if today everything is wrong. What is he talking about? Granted that he feels something is not right. That is not the proper way in a civil society, in a democratic society like Ghana. Is that the right way to go? If everybody will go about conducting him or herself in this way because your client has been refused bail, then where do you put the independence of the judiciary? That is obviously wrong. So there are always channels, there are conduits, legal conduits that you can use. Moreover, you are representing the MPP, the minority. Is that a way a leader should behave and use such unprintable words on the judiciary or a judge? That is wrong, obviously wrong. And that is what we are condemning. It is not his disagreement that, I disagree with them. Sometimes we disagree with judges or rulings or judgments. And we are allowed to disagree. But when we disagree, we can give, a professional opinion, or you appeal the situation. But you don't go on air denigrating a judge or bringing into dispute the entire judiciary. We will all do our part to protect the independence of the judiciary. And the Ghana Law Society will not sit down for any lawyer to bring, the independence of the judiciary into disrepute. No lawyer of his or her sort will allow this to happen. And that is why we are condemning the very association that he belongs. Is even also condemning. And we condemn the Ghana Bar Association for condemning it. But we think that they should have come long ago because this is the second time in about 6 weeks. The first one, the Ghana Bar Association, didn't say anything. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything wrong. But at least it's better late than never. They have come to condemn. But I think that they should do more. They should expel Afenyo Markin or even make a petition against Afenyo Markin to the General Legal Council. And that should be the way forward. That is the surest way of doing the right thing against people of Afenyo Markin who want to go around and think the country belongs to them. He won't win by this conduct. He will never win. Ghana is bigger than him. Our democracy is bigger than him. There is rule of law. Today there is peace in this country. They should allow us and stop what they are doing.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
That's Atukwei is General Secretary of the Ghana Law Society. We'll take a break. When we'll come back, we'll speak to Ohinba Buama Benye. We mentioned his name this morning. He's a journalist with Power FM and TV XYC. We were telling you his story. He will tell his own story when we return from the break. But